Hey, sixth graders. In this video, we're going to go through another sim lab, this time on the forms of energy, as we take a look at those forms of energy. As we went around and did the stations in our room, we're going to focus a little bit on 5 of those forms today in this sim lab. So let's go ahead and get started. On the dock here, you'll see a link that says sim link right here. Go ahead and click on that and then open up the website. Once you have the website open, we're going to click systems. Systems. And it's going to look like this. Okay, I tell you what, why don't we pause the video here for a second, just kind of play around with it for a little bit, because I know sometimes that's what we want to do is like we get this stuff and we want to kind of play around to see what it's like. And I don't want you to be distracted as I go through the directions. So go ahead, pause the video, play around for a minute or so, and then come back and I'll show you how to use it. Okay. First thing, which is really important throughout this entire lab, it's going to be really hard to do the lab if you do not have this energy symbols box checked up here in the right corner. So please click that energy symbols. All right, here are 5 energy forms that we talked about last week with those stations. Each box is a different color with the letter E in it. So when it says mechanical, it's a gray. So mechanical energy is gray. Remember, mechanical energy is like the energy of motion, moving things. Electrical energy is blue, so like electricity. Thermal energy, heat, is red. That makes sense. Light energy is yellow. And they said light instead of electromagnetic because they are only going to show us visible light in this. They're not going to give us some of the other types of electromagnetic energy. So we're just calling it light today. And then green for chemical. Okay. All right. Let me kind of just use this setup here to get you going, but this is not how you're going to do the first part. So go ahead and you're not doing anything on the screen yet. I just want you to watch me as I go through, do this, and point a couple things out. Then we'll get you set up. I'll get you started on part 1 a little bit, and then you'll just go ahead and work from there. All right, so make sure you're just listening and watching my screen here. All right, so I have this person on a bike. The bike is hooked up to a generator, a wheel generator. There's this black wire. That's a wire, if you were wondering, and that's going to be an electrical wire. Then this is a beaker with some water. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have the biker start to pedal. So I slid the bar about halfway, and we're seeing some forms of energy. And so on the lab, what you're going to be doing is you're going to have different setups on the screen here with different parts. And you see all these different parts down here at the bottom of things that you can substitute in and switch. So what you're going to do is when you get a system set up, you're going to go through and you're just making observations on what's happening to the different forms of energy. So right now, I'm going to start here with the girl on the bike, and she is pedaling. And as she's pedaling, these green E's, which are chemical, because it tells me green is chemical over here, are being changed or converted or transformed into the energy of motion, mechanical. So the green chemical turns into gray mechanical. Okay. The mechanical is going through the wheel generator. And that wheel generator is then turning the mechanical energy into blue E's, which is electrical. So it's going from mechanical to electrical. It's traveling through the wire to this beaker here where it's heating the water. And I don't know if you noticed, but the thermometer has gone up since she's been riding her bike. And these blue E's are now turning into green, red E's. Okay, they're turning into red E's here. And that's thermal energy, heat, right? Because the water is starting to heat up. And so there we see that all the different energies in this system. So this is called a system. We have chemical to mechanical to electrical to thermal. So we see a bunch of those switches. Okay. All right. If you were wondering why it always asks feed me, is because it's why Fritos, that old bag of Fritos, was the representative for Station 3. It's because food is chemical energy. We get chemical energy from digesting food. And we use that chemical energy to power our bodies. So she's out of energy. So she needs to eat. Oh, now she's happy. Now she's ready to go, full of energy, and she can start pedaling again. Okay. Okay. So this is how you use it. So let's go to our doc here and take a look at how we're going to set it up first. All right. It reminds you to make sure you always have that energy symbols box checked. And it says for number 1, turn on the water by pulling the knob all the way out. Label the following with the correct energy forms. So we don't have the right system set up. So let's do that first. So watch me first and then do it on your screen. I'm just going to switch out the girl on the bike for, there we go, a pipe with water. And there's a blue knob up here that when I pull it all the way out, water will start to flow. Okay, so go ahead, pause the video, and change your systems so it looks like this. Good. Okay, let's go through and answer number 1 together, and then I'm just going to kind of let you guys go through and work on your own. Sometimes I'm asking you to write down observations, which is going to be the blue font. Sometimes I'm having you highlight the correct answer, like here in number 2, because it's a multiple choice question. So you just highlight the correct answer. Okay. So number 1 says, turn on the water by pulling the knob all the way out. Label the following with the correct energy forms: the running water, the wire connected to the wheel generator, and the hot plate connected to the beaker of water. So when I look back here, the running water has gray E's, which is, when I look at my box here, mechanical. The gray E's in the wheel generator are being turned to blue E's, which is electrical. And the blue E's are turning to red E's, which is thermal. So I go back to my doc, and we can type those in. The running water, mechanical energy, wheel generator, electrical, hot plate, thermal. Okay. That kind of gets you set up as you go through. I think the rest of it is pretty self-explanatory as you go through. Let me just point out one thing here at the end. You're going to do this. You're going to answer all these 4 questions with the same system set up. Then I'm going to ask you to change the system. Okay. And you're going to do kind of the same thing. And then part 3, you're going to make your own systems. So you're going to make 3 different systems that we haven't used yet that you're going to create using all the different choices that they give you here at the bottom of the sim. When you write them out, I want you to write them exactly how this is written out. Name what it is. Name then in parentheses what the energy form is. Okay, and if you don't know how to make a little arrow, don't worry about it. You can just put like a dash, that's fine. Then you go to the next part of your system, name what it is, in parentheses, put the energy form. Okay, and you're gonna do that for 3 different ones. If you have time at the end of the class, do the extension. Okay, if you don't worry about it. But if you're done early and class isn't over, I want you to do the extension. And it's for you to do the same exact thing, but instead of using the simulator, I want you to think of an energy system outside of the classroom. Okay, so outside of this sim, think of another energy system that has 3 different parts that you can do. Okay, that's it. Work on this. It is not homework, but it will be due by the end of the week. So eventually it'll be homework. We'll probably have a little bit of class time on Wednesday to work on it as well. And then you'll have to get it done before the end of the week. All right, I will be back tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. Have a good day and get some work done. Make sure you're working on this. We'll see you later. Bye.